The president says $1,000 or $1,500 direct payments to millions upon millions of Americans. This is the latest iteration in which they've introduced to send out direct payments to millions of Americans, and it was just proposed, and the president says yes, he agrees, and he does endorse this plan. I'm going to share with you exactly what they're introducing here, who would be eligible for this, the age ranges in which they've identified, who would get the $1,000, who would be eligible for the $1,500, and it's all also encompassed right here in this article, which I will be popping up on the screen in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about right here. As this was just floated, lawmakers want to get this done soon, and it's a concession in exchange for something else that is out there right now that is actually expiring, which is the ACA subsidies, right? So the Affordable Care Act subsidies, which we've been hearing about, and this was the major talking point of the government shutdown that we had in October and the first half of November. This is what lawmakers claim to be arguing about. Well, they don't necessarily want to renew all of these ACA subsidies. So in exchange for that, they continue to come back and have all these different ideas, proposals, and iterations in which they want to send money directly to the people, the American people, versus saying, here, insurance providers, just take all of this money. They want to give the money to you, the American people, instead of sending it directly to the healthcare companies. Anyway, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through this. I'll point out some of the key details within it and everything you need to know about this. All right, so again, this is in exchange for the ACA subsidies. Okay, so here's what they want to do. Rather than sending that money directly to the healthcare companies, the insurance providers, they don't like them. They want to send it directly to you, the American people, instead, and allow you to take that money to buy your own insurance or whatever you see fit, okay? Now, they put some age parameters around this. Between the ages of 18 through 49 would potentially be eligible for $1,000, provided they are somebody that is also eligible for the ACA, okay? So if somebody's eligible for ACA coverages, between the ages of 18 and 49 would be eligible for that $1,000 payment. Now, those people that are, again, eligible for the ACA and between the ages of 50 and 64, 50 through 64, would be eligible for the $1,500 payment. That's the age range. Now, I know that a lot of you here in this community that are maybe 65 plus, maybe on Medicare, might be thinking, WTF, what about us? I'm 65, I'm 67, I'm 69, I'm 70, I'm 75, whatever it happens to be. What about all of us? Really good question. My answer to that is this. The reason that they stopped at 65, in other words, basically 18 to 64, and then they stop, they do not go at 65 and above, is for this reason. Medicare, yeah, Medicare, okay? So what they're doing here instead is basically those individuals that'd be eligible between the ages of, say, 18 and 64 for the ACA, Affordable Care Act coverages there. They're basically just stopping it at 64. Anybody who is on Medicare, they're basically saying, well, you're not going to be eligible for this simply because, well, you know, Medicare. That's the whole situation. Now, it's kind of interesting that they do that because has anybody looked at the Medicare Part B premium for 2026 lately? Yeah, exactly. You know just what it is. It's well over $200 a month, by the way, a month for 2026. So it's kind of funny how they do this every single time with things like this, right? I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be pretty irritated about this. Now, I want to be 100% fair. This has not been approved yet, just like everything else that we're talking about lately, right? And again, sometimes I see comments down below. People say, why talk about it if it's not approved? Because don't you want to have an idea of what's coming and have an idea of what these meatheads are talking about, right? So anyway, by the way, this is potentially a thing that may happen. They're planning a vote as early as tomorrow on extending the ACA credits for another 3 years. Okay, so that vote is likely coming tomorrow. Let's see if it comes in. It's highly likely that it's going to fail, that it's actually not going to pass, but let's see what happens there. But they have some other backup plans here as far as what they want to do. And the president has also been talking about this for, I don't know, 2 months now, maybe longer than that, where he's been indicating that he would rather send the money directly to the American people to use that money to buy whatever healthcare insurance that we want, rather than actually sending that money directly to the healthcare or the insurance providers, which apparently they don't like. Apparently they don't like them. I don't know. That's just kind of some of the remarks out there. They kind of made it very clear that they're not huge fans of the insurance providers. So they want to get that money to you instead. Now, this money is not, according to what they want to do here, this money is not to be like, oh, we're just going to go blow it and buy a big TV or something like that. Again, I'm not saying that you would do that. I'm just simply saying the whole purpose of this money here is to basically be spent on healthcare, health insurance, not as just like just a random payment for people to just go out and take it and spend it on whatever they want, okay? I just want to make that very clear so there's no confusion around this. And again, I know that you're not going to go and just blow it on something random. I know that. Nobody would do that right now, especially when the need for money is so great to buy necessities. But just want to clarify that really quickly so there's no confusion. However, quick little side note, when it comes down to that $2,000 stimulus check that the president keeps talking about, that could be used for whatever we want. We could do anything we want with it. We could keep it, we could save it, we could give it away, we could spend it, we could blow it, whatever we want. We could invest it. It does not matter. When it comes down to the $2,000 stimulus check, which is totally different than this is not what this is. This $1,000, $1,500 that I'm talking about here is totally different than the $2,000 dividend distribution stimulus rebate that we've heard about out of the president so many times, okay? Totally different things here. Anyway, hope this helps you. Just want to keep you posted on what's going on here. Let's see how that vote happens tomorrow on the extension of the ACA subsidies, the credits there for the next 3 years. I anticipate it's going to fail based on what I've been reading on this. Let's see what happens here. Otherwise, this is plan B, and what they're likely going to do here next is this $1,000 to $1,500 for those age groups that I mentioned earlier. So let's see. Okay, very interesting. But either way, I'll keep you posted. Anyway, I hope this helps you. As always, please consider subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, or if you're new here, please, big subscribe button right down below, 100% free. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all of you. And again, I'll continue to keep you updated. I know it's a very wild and crazy time right now. It's very nuts out there. Anyway, big subscribe button down below. If you're new, if you've not done so, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, please share the video. Big share button down below so other people that you know, friends, family, social media, anybody like that, can also understand what is going on. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. Hope this helps. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. Happy holidays, and we'll see you.